Why are there more and more people talking about culinary recipe creations? Because experimenting in the kitchen is deliciously fun. That's why. Join us for delectable foodie tutorials that will transform your cooking game. From savory starters to decadent desserts, we've got you covered. Make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss out on our latest mouth-watering creations. Love what you see? Drop us a like, leave a comment, and share our videos with your fellow food enthusiasts. Your support helps us bring you even more scrumptious content. So sit back, relax, and let us handle the cooking entertainment. Stay tuned in, because it's cooking time. Welcome to Culinary Recipe Creations, your new favorite kitchen corner. Let's create something delicious together.
Hello everyone, and welcome to my kitchen. Today, we're embarking on a delightful adventure to create a triple-layer ice cream cake that's as beautiful as it is delicious. This frozen masterpiece combines the classic flavors of chocolate, vanilla, and strawberry, layered with fresh fruit and a touch of creativity. Imagine sinking your fork into a slice of this cool, creamy confection, the flavors dancing on your tongue. It's a dessert that's perfect for any occasion, from birthdays and holidays to simple weeknight indulgences. And the best part, it's surprisingly easy to make, so gather your ingredients, put on your apron, and let's get started on this sweet journey together. I promise you, the end result will be worth every delicious bite. Get ready for a symphony of flavors and textures that will leave you wanting more. Whether you're a seasoned baker or a kitchen novice, this recipe is designed to be fun and accessible to everyone, so let's turn your kitchen into a haven of sweet, frozen delight. Before we begin our ice cream cake construction, let's gather our essential ingredients. Having everything ready at hand will make the process smoother and more enjoyable. Think of it as assembling your artistic tools before creating a masterpiece. First, you'll need 3 pints of ice cream, 1 chocolate, 1 vanilla, and 1 strawberry. You can use your favorite brands or even try homemade ice cream if you're feeling adventurous. Next, we'll need some fresh fruit for our layers. I recommend strawberries, raspberries, and blueberries, but feel free to use your favorites. For the base of our cake, we'll use crushed chocolate sandwich cookies. You can also use a pre-made chocolate cookie crust if you prefer. And finally, for decoration, we'll need some whipped cream, chocolate shavings, and fresh berries. These simple ingredients will transform into a spectacular dessert that will impress your family and friends. So, double-check your list and let's move on to the next step. Now that we have our ingredients assembled, it's time to prepare the foundation of our ice cream cake. This crucial step will ensure that our layers are stable and even. Think of it as laying the groundwork for a beautiful building. First, let's soften our ice cream slightly. This will make it easier to spread and prevent cracking when we layer it. Simply leave the ice cream containers at room temperature for about 10 to 15 minutes, or until they're scoopable. Next, let's prepare our fruit filling. Wash and slice the fresh berries and set them aside. If you're using frozen berries, make sure they're thawed and drained before using. This will prevent the cake from becoming too watery. Finally, let's crush our chocolate sandwich cookies. Place the cookies in a zip-top bag and crush them with a rolling pin until they're finely ground. This will create a delicious and crunchy base for our cake. With these preparations complete, we're ready to begin the layering process. So, let's move on to the next exciting step. Now comes the fun part, layering our ice cream and fruit. This is where our cake truly starts to take shape. Think of it as painting a canvas with delicious flavors and colors. First, grab your springform pan. This type of pan makes it easy to remove the cake once it's frozen. Spread a layer of the softened chocolate ice cream evenly across the bottom of the pan. Make sure it's smooth and level. Next, sprinkle a layer of the crushed chocolate cookies over the chocolate ice cream. This adds a delightful crunch and helps to separate the layers. Then add a layer of your prepared fruit filling. Now repeat the process with the vanilla ice cream, followed by another layer of crushed cookies and fruit. Finally, top with the strawberry ice cream, spreading it evenly to create a smooth surface. With our layers complete, our cake is starting to look like a true masterpiece. But before we move on, there's one crucial step we mustn't forget: freezing. Section 5. The art of freezing. Patience rewards perfection. Freezing is an essential step in creating a beautiful and stable ice cream cake. It allows the layers to set and prevents them from melting into each other. Think of it as allowing the flavors to meld and harmonize. After each layer is added, place the cake in the freezer for at least 30 minutes. This will ensure that each layer is firm before adding the next. This patience will be rewarded with a cake that holds its shape and showcases the distinct layers. Once all the layers are in place, freeze the cake for at least 4 hours or preferably overnight. This will allow the cake to fully harden and become easier to slice and serve. The longer you freeze it, the more solid it will become. Remember, patience is key when it comes to freezing. Resist the temptation to rush the process. The wait will be worth it when you finally slice into your perfectly layered creation. Section 6. Decorating with flair, unleashing your inner artist. Now that our ice cream cake is frozen solid, it's time to unleash your inner artist and decorate. This is where you can truly personalize your creation and make it shine. Remove the cake from the springform pan and place it on a serving plate. Now let your creativity flow. You can frost the entire cake with whipped cream or simply pipe decorative swirls around the edges. Sprinkle chocolate shavings, fresh berries, or chopped nuts over the top for added texture and flavor. You can even create a beautiful design with sliced fruit or candy. The possibilities are endless. Remember, there are no rules when it comes to decorating. Have fun with it and let your imagination run wild. Your personalized touches will make your ice cream cake even more special. Section 7. Serving and savoring the grand finale. After all our hard work and creativity, it's finally time to serve and savor our masterpiece. This is the moment we've been waiting for, the grand finale of our ice cream cake journey. Carefully slice the cake into wedges, revealing the beautiful layers of ice cream and fruit. Serve each slice on a chilled plate, allowing your guests to admire the colorful creation before taking their first bite. The combination of creamy ice cream, crunchy cookies, and fresh fruit is a true delight to the senses. Each bite is a symphony of flavors and textures that will leave you wanting more. So, sit back, relax, and enjoy the sweet reward of your efforts. This triple-layer ice cream cake is a testament to your creativity and culinary skills. Savor every moment. Section 8. Troubleshooting tips. Conquering the ice cream challenge. Even with the best laid plans, sometimes things don't go exactly as expected in the kitchen. But fear not. Here are a few troubleshooting tips to help you conquer any ice cream cake challenges that may arise. If your ice cream is melting too quickly while you're layering, pop it back in the freezer for a few minutes to firm up before continuing. This will help prevent the layers from becoming too soft and mixing together. If your cake cracks when you're removing it from the springform pan, run a thin knife around the edges of the pan before releasing the springform. This will help to loosen the cake and prevent it from sticking. If you find that your crushed cookies are becoming soggy, try toasting them lightly in the oven before crushing. This will help to remove excess moisture and keep them crunchy. With these helpful tips, you can overcome any obstacles and create a perfect ice cream cake every time. Remember, even mistakes can be learning opportunities in the kitchen. Section 9. Conclusion, a sweet ending. Our journey to create a triple-layer ice cream cake has come to a sweet end. From gathering the ingredients to decorating the final product, we've transformed simple elements into a frozen masterpiece. This cake is more than just a dessert. It's a celebration of creativity, flavor, and the joy of sharing something special with loved ones. Whether you're enjoying it with family or friends, each bite is a reminder of the sweet moments in life. So the next time you're craving a cool and refreshing treat, remember this recipe. It's a simple yet impressive dessert that will bring smiles to everyone's faces. Until next time, happy baking!
There's something magical about a decadent cake. The aroma filling the kitchen, the beautiful layers, the sweet frosting, it's pure happiness. Today we'll explore the joy of baking with two incredible recipes, blueberry chocolate cake and hummingbird cake. Get ready to impress your friends and family with these show-stopping desserts. These recipes are easy to follow, even for beginner bakers. Let's get started. Our first cake is a delicious combination of rich chocolate and sweet blueberries. Here's what you'll need. For the chocolate cake, 2 1/4 cups all-purpose flour, 2 cups granulated sugar, 3/4 cup unsweetened cocoa powder, 1 1/2 teaspoons baking soda, 1 1/2 teaspoons baking powder, 1 teaspoon salt, 1 cup buttermilk, 1/2 cup vegetable oil, 2 large eggs, 1 teaspoon vanilla extract, 1 cup boiling water for the blueberry buttercream, 1 cup, 2 sticks, unsalted butter, softened 3 to 4 cups, powdered sugar, 1/4 cup blueberry puree, 1 teaspoon vanilla extract, pinch of salt, blue food. Coloring optional. For the blueberry filling, 1 cup fresh blueberries, 1/4 cup granulated sugar, 1 tablespoon lemon juice. Now that you have your ingredients, let's start baking this delicious cake. Follow along closely and you'll have a beautiful and tasty cake in no time. Making the chocolate cake. Preheat your oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit, 175 degrees Celsius, and grease and flour 3 8-inch round cake pans. This step ensures that your cakes will not stick to the pans and will come out easily. In a large bowl, whisk together the flour, sugar, cocoa powder, baking soda, baking powder, and salt. Make sure all the dry ingredients are well combined to ensure an even texture in your cake. In a separate bowl, whisk together the buttermilk, vegetable oil, eggs, and vanilla extract. These wet ingredients will add moisture and flavor to your cake. Gradually add the wet ingredients to the dry ingredients, mixing on low speed until just combined. Be careful not to overmix, as this can make the cake dense. Slowly pour in the boiling water while mixing on low speed. The batter will be thin, but this is normal and will result in a moist cake. Divide the batter evenly among the prepared cake pans. Use a spatula to scrape the bowl and ensure all the batter is used. Bake for 30 to 35 minutes, or until a wooden skewer inserted into the center comes out clean. This ensures that the cakes are fully baked. Let the cakes cool in the pans for 10 minutes before inverting them onto a wire rack to cool completely. This helps the cakes set and makes them easier to handle. Making the blueberry buttercream. In a large bowl, beat the softened butter with an electric mixer until light and fluffy. This will be the base of your buttercream. Gradually add the powdered sugar, 1 cup at a time, beating well after each addition. This will create a smooth and sweet buttercream. Stir in the blueberry puree, vanilla extract, and salt. The blueberry puree will give the buttercream a lovely color and flavor. If desired, add a drop or two of blue food coloring to enhance the color. This step is optional, but can make the buttercream more visually appealing. Beat the buttercream until smooth and spreadable. This will make it easier to frost the cake. Making the blueberry filling. In a small saucepan, combine the blueberries, sugar, and lemon juice. This filling will add a burst of flavor to your cake. Cook over medium heat, stirring occasionally until the blueberries soften and release their juices. This will create a thick and flavorful filling. Let the filling cool completely before using. This will make it easier to spread on the cake layers. Assembling the cake. Once the cakes are completely cool, use a serrated knife to level the tops if necessary. This will ensure that your cake layers stack evenly. Place 1 cake layer on a cake stand or serving plate. This will be the base of your cake. Spread a layer of blueberry filling over the cake layer. Use a spatula to spread it evenly. Top with a layer of blueberry buttercream. This will add a creamy texture to the cake. Repeat layers, ending with a layer of buttercream. This will create a beautiful and delicious multi-layered cake. Frost the sides of the cake with the remaining buttercream. Use a spatula to smooth the sides for a clean finish. Decorate as desired with fresh blueberries. This will add a fresh and vibrant touch to your cake. Enjoy your homemade blueberry chocolate cake. Section 4, Southern Charm Ingredients for a Hummingbird Cake. This delightful dessert is a true Southern gem. Our second cake is a Southern classic with a tropical twist. It's perfect for any occasion. Get ready for a delicious combination of banana, pineapple, and pecans. These flavors blend beautifully. For the hummingbird cake, you'll need 3 cups all-purpose flour, 2 cups granulated sugar, 1 teaspoon baking soda, and 1 teaspoon ground cinnamon, half a teaspoon ground cloves, half a teaspoon salt, 1 cup vegetable oil, 4 large eggs, and 1 teaspoon vanilla extract, 1 8-ounce can, crushed pineapple, drained, and 1 cup chopped pecans. These add a wonderful texture. 2 cups mashed ripe bananas, about 3 medium bananas. Make sure they are very ripe for the best flavor. For the cream cheese frosting, this is what makes the cake truly special. 1 8-ounce package cream cheese, softened, it should be at room temperature. 1 cup or 2 sticks unsalted butter, softened, 4 cups powdered sugar, and 1 teaspoon vanilla extract, and a pinch of salt. This balances the sweetness perfectly. Section 5. Crafting the Hummingbird Cake, a step-by-step guide. This delightful Southern classic is a favorite for its moist texture and rich flavors. Let's dive into the process of making this delicious cake from scratch. Let's create this Southern classic. Follow these easy steps. Making the hummingbird cake. First, gather all your ingredients. Having everything ready will make the process smoother and more enjoyable. Preheat your oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit or 175 degrees Celsius and grease and flour 3 8-inch round cake pans. This ensures your cakes bake evenly and come out easily. In a large bowl, whisk together the flour, sugar, baking soda, cinnamon, cloves, and salt. These dry ingredients form the base of your cake, providing structure and flavor. In a separate bowl, whisk together the oil, eggs, and vanilla extract. The oil keeps the cake moist, while the eggs and vanilla add richness and depth of flavor. Add the wet ingredients to the dry ingredients and mix on low speed until just combined. Be careful not to overmix, as this can make the cake dense. Stir in the crushed pineapple, pecans, and mashed bananas until well incorporated. These ingredients add moisture, texture, and a burst of flavor to the cake. Divide the batter evenly among the prepared cake pans. This ensures that each layer bakes uniformly and is of equal thickness. Bake for 30 to 35 minutes or until a wooden skewer inserted into the center comes out clean. This indicates that the cakes are fully baked and ready to be cooled. Let the cakes cool in the pans for 10 minutes before inverting them onto a wire rack to cool completely. This step is crucial to prevent the cakes from breaking apart, making the cream cheese frosting. Now let's move on to the frosting, which will complement the cake perfectly. In a large bowl, beat the softened cream, cheese and butter together with an electric mixer until smooth. This creates a creamy base for your frosting. Gradually add the powdered sugar, 1 cup at a time, beating well after each addition. This ensures a smooth and sweet frosting without any lumps. Stir in the vanilla extract and salt. These ingredients enhance the flavor of the frosting, making it even more delicious. Beat the frosting until light and fluffy, assembling the cake. Now, it's time to put everything together and assemble your beautiful cake. Once the cakes are completely cool, use a serrated knife to level the tops if necessary. This ensures that your cake layers stack evenly. Place one cake layer on a cake stand or serving plate. This will be the base of your cake. Spread a layer of cream cheese frosting over the cake layer. Be generous, as this frosting adds a lot of flavor and moisture. Repeat layers, ending with a layer of frosting. This creates a beautiful multi-layered cake with frosting in every bite. Frost the sides of the cake with the remaining frosting. Smooth it out for a clean, professional look. Decorate as desired with chopped pecans. This adds a nice crunch and a beautiful finishing touch to your hummingbird cake. Enjoy! Section 6, Tips and Tricks for Baking Success. Here are a few tips to help you achieve baking success. Measure your ingredients accurately. Baking is a science, so using the right amount of each ingredient is crucial. Don't overmix the batter. Overmixing can result in a tough cake. Mix until the ingredients are just combined. Use room temperature ingredients. This helps to ensure that the ingredients blend together evenly. Test for doneness with a toothpick. A toothpick inserted into the center of the cake should come out clean when the cake is done. Let the cakes cool completely before frosting. This will prevent the frosting from melting. Section 7. Conclusion. Enjoy the sweet rewards. Congratulations on baking 2 incredible cakes. The blueberry chocolate cake is a symphony of flavors, while the hummingbird cake is a southern classic with a delightful twist. Enjoy sharing these delicious creations with your loved ones. Baking is a labor of love, and the end result is always worth it. Listen up. Welcome back to the Culinary Recipe Creations channel. Today we're diving headfirst into a culinary showdown that'll make your taste buds scream for more. We're tackling the top Food Network kitchen recipes that you absolutely must try. Get your aprons on, sharpen your knives, and for God's sake, pay attention. We're about to embark on a culinary journey that'll transform you from a clueless kitchen newbie to a master chef, ready to impress even the harshest food critic. We're talking drool-worthy dishes with flavors so exquisite, so mind-blowingly delicious that you'll be kicking yourself for not trying them sooner. So buckle up, because we're about to turn up the heat in the kitchen. All right, you bunch of hungry foodies, let's start with a classic that's been elevated to Michelin star quality, the ultimate gourmet burger. This isn't some greasy spoon monstrosity. This is a symphony of flavor. A masterpiece between 2 buns. First, the patty. We're talking premium ground beef, none of that frozen rubbish. You want a good 80 to 20 blend for maximum juiciness. Season it generously with salt and pepper, don't be shy, and form it into a nice thick patty. Now for the caramelized onions. Thinly slice a large onion and sweat them down in a pan with butter and a touch of sugar until they're golden brown and sticky. This right here is what separates the amateurs from the pros. Next, the cheese. We're going for sharp cheddar today. But feel free to experiment. Slap a generous slice on that patty while it's still sizzling on the grill. While the burger's working its magic, toast your buns brioche, of course. None of that supermarket white bread nonsense. We're building a burger of champions here. Now assemble. Spread a dollop of your favorite sauce on the bottom bun. I'm partial to a good aioli. Then layer on some crisp lettuce, juicy tomato slices, those glorious caramelized onions, and finally, the star of the show, the cheesy, juicy patty. Slap that top bun on and there you have it, the ultimate gourmet burger. One bite and you'll be in food heaven. Don't even think about serving this without a side of crispy fries, you hear me? Next up, we're diving into the deep end with a taste of the Mediterranean spicy shrimp scampi with linguine. This dish is light, flavorful, and packed with a spicy kick that'll wake up those taste buds. First things first, get your pasta water boiling. We want a rolling boil like a volcano about to erupt. Salt the water generously. Remember, we're seasoning at every stage. While the water's heating, prepare the shrimp. We're using jumbo shrimp today, peeled and deveined. Toss them in a bowl with olive oil, minced garlic, crushed red pepper flakes, and a pinch of salt and black pepper. Let those flavors mingle while we prepare the rest of the dish. Now, the sauce. In a large skillet, melt some butter with a glug of olive oil. Add more minced garlic. You can never have too much garlic, and cook until fragrant. Don't let it burn. Pour in a generous amount of white wine. I prefer a dry Sauvignon Blanc for this, and let it reduce slightly. This is where the magic happens. The alcohol cooks off and the flavors intensify. Add the shrimp to the skillet and cook until they're pink and opaque. Remember, overcooked shrimp is a culinary sin. Now the pasta. Add your linguine to the boiling water and cook until al dente. It should have a slight bite to it, not mushy like baby food. Drain the pasta and add it directly to the skillet with the shrimp and sauce. Toss everything together until the pasta is evenly coated. Finish with a sprinkle of chopped parsley and a squeeze of fresh lemon juice. This will brighten up the flavors and add a touch of freshness. Serve immediately and prepare for the compliments to roll in. This spicy shrimp scampi with linguine is a guaranteed crowd pleaser. Now let's tackle a true test of culinary skill, the perfect roast chicken with roasted vegetables. This is a Sunday dinner staple, a dish that screams comfort and warmth. Get it right and you'll be hailed a kitchen hero. Start with a good quality chicken, around 4 to 5 pounds. Pat it dry with paper towels. We want crispy skin, not steamed. Next, the herb butter. In a bowl, combine softened butter with chopped fresh herbs. Rosemary, thyme, and sage are my go-tos. Minced garlic, salt, and pepper. Gently loosen the skin of the chicken and rub that herb butter all over the bird, making sure to get under the skin as well. This will infuse the meat with flavor and keep it incredibly moist. Now the vegetables. Chop up some carrots, potatoes, and onions into large chunks. Toss them in olive oil, salt, pepper, and any herbs you have left over. Scatter the vegetables around the chicken in a roasting pan. This will not only cook the vegetables to perfection, but also create a flavorful base for the chicken to roast in. Roast the chicken in a preheated oven at 425 degrees Fahrenheit for about an hour and a half, or until the internal temperature reaches 165 degrees Fahrenheit. Baste the chicken with the pan juices every 20 minutes or so to keep it moist. Once cooked, let the chicken rest for at least 10 minutes before carving. This will allow the juices to redistribute, resulting in a more flavorful and tender bird. Serve the chicken with the roasted vegetables and a side of gravy made from the pan drippings. This, my friends, is a meal fit for a king. All right, you lot, time for something sweet. We're finishing strong with a dessert that's guaranteed to satisfy your sweet-toothed decadent chocolate lava cakes. These little beauties are rich, fudgy, and oh so chocolatey. First, preheat your oven and grease 4 ramekins. We don't want our molten masterpieces sticking to the sides. Now, the chocolate. We're using high-quality dark chocolate for this recipe. Chop it into small pieces so it melts evenly. In a double boiler or microwave, melt the chocolate with butter, stirring constantly until smooth and glossy. This is the foundation of our lava cakes, so take your time and don't rush it. In a separate bowl, whisk together eggs, sugar, and vanilla extract until light and frothy. This will incorporate air into the batter, resulting in lighter, airier cakes. Gradually whisk the dry ingredients, flour and salt, into the wet ingredients until just combined. Don't overmix. We want a tender, melt-in-your-mouth texture. Divide the batter evenly among the prepared ramekins. Now here's the secret to that irresistible molten centerplace, a square of chocolate in the center of each ramekin before baking. Bake for 12 to 15 minutes, or until the edges are set and the centers are still slightly jiggly. Remember, we want that lava-like consistency. Let the cakes cool for a few minutes before inverting them onto serving plates. Dust with powdered sugar and serve immediately with a scoop of vanilla ice cream. This, my friends, is how you end a meal on a high note. Decadent, delicious, and utterly irresistible. Listen up, pizza lovers. We're taking you on a trip to Italy with this classic, the Margherita pizza. This pizza is all about simplicity and fresh, high-quality ingredients. Get it right, and you'll be saying ciao bella to delivery pizza forever. First, the dough. Now you can cheat and use store-bought, but for a truly authentic experience, make your own. It's easier than you think, I swear. We'll be using a simple recipe of flour, water, yeast, olive oil, and a pinch of salt. Knead that dough like your life depends on it until it's smooth and elastic. Let the dough rise in a warm place for about an hour or until it's doubled in size. This is crucial for a light and airy crust. While the dough is working its magic, prepare your toppings. For a classic margherita, we're keeping it simple: crushed San Marzano tomatoes, fresh mozzarella cheese, fresh basil leaves, olive oil, and salt. That's it. Once the dough has risen, punch it down to release any air bubbles. Stretch it out into a thin circle, about 12 inches in diameter. You can use a rolling pin if you like, but I prefer to use my hands. Spread a thin layer of the crushed tomatoes over the dough, leaving a small border for the crust. Tear the mozzarella cheese into small pieces and scatter it over the sauce. Don't you dare use that pre-shredded stuff. Drizzle with olive oil and season with salt. Now for the finishing touch: fresh basil leaves. Scatter them generously over the pizza. Slide the pizza onto a preheated pizza stone or baking sheet and bake in a screaming hot oven at 500 degrees Fahrenheit for 8 to 10 minutes, or until the crust is golden brown and the cheese is bubbly and slightly charred in spots. Remove the pizza from the oven and let it cool for a few minutes before slicing and serving. This, my friends, is pizza perfection. Bellissima. There you have it. 5 Food Network-worthy recipes that are guaranteed to impress. From juicy burgers to decadent desserts, you've got all the tools you need to conquer the culinary world. Remember, cooking is about more than just following a recipe. It's about passion, creativity, and a whole lot of heart. So get in the kitchen, experiment, and don't be afraid to make mistakes. That's how you learn and grow as a chef. And hey, if you manage to recreate any of these dishes, be sure to share your culinary masterpieces with us in the comments below. We love seeing your creations. Thank you for watching the Culinary Recipe Creations channel. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, and hit that bell icon for future video notifications. See you again real soon. Take care and goodbye for now. Ah, crème brûlée? This dessert is simply divine. Imagine cracking into a crisp, caramelized sugar crust. Beneath awaits a velvety, smooth custard. It's a classic for a reason. With this recipe, you'll create magic in your own kitchen. Let's get started. For this recipe, you'll need just a few simple ingredients. Heavy cream, 2 cups. This creates the rich base of our custard. Granulated sugar, ½ cup, plus extra for the topping. We'll use some for the custard and more for that beautiful caramelized crust. Egg yolks, 4 large. Egg yolks provide the richness and silky texture crème brûlée is known for. Vanilla extract, 1 teaspoon. A touch of vanilla enhances the flavor. A pinch of salt. Salt elevates the other flavors. Before we begin, gather these tools. A saucepan for heating the cream and infusing it with flavor. Mixing bowls, one for whisking the egg yolks and sugar, another for the final custard mixture. A whisk to ensure a smooth, lump-free custard. A fine mesh sieve for straining the custard, resulting in a silky texture. Ramekins, these small, oven-safe dishes, are perfect for individual servings. A baking dish, a larger dish to hold the ramekins during baking. And finally, a kitchen torch, the key to that irresistible caramelized crust. Now, let's create this culinary masterpiece. Today, we're going to make a classic dessert that is both elegant and delicious. Follow along closely, and you'll be able to impress your friends and family with your culinary skills. First, preheat your oven to 325 degrees Fahrenheit or 160 degrees Celsius. This step is crucial to ensure that your custards bake evenly. In a saucepan, gently heat the heavy cream over medium heat. Don't let it boil. The goal is to warm the cream just enough to infuse it with a rich, velvety texture. Just heat it until it's steaming gently. You should see small bubbles forming around the edges, but no vigorous boiling. While the cream heats, whisk the egg yolks and a quarter cup of the sugar in a mixing bowl. This step is essential for creating a smooth and creamy custard base. Whisk until the mixture is pale and slightly thickened. This means the sugar has dissolved and the yolks have lightened in color, creating a beautiful creamy texture. Once the cream is hot, slowly drizzle it into the egg yolk mixture while whisking constantly. This gradual addition helps to temper the eggs, preventing them from cooking too quickly. This process is called tempering and prevents the eggs from scrambling. It's a delicate balance, but with patience you'll achieve a perfectly smooth custard. Stir in the vanilla extract and salt. These ingredients enhance the flavor of the custard, adding depth and complexity. The aroma of vanilla will fill your kitchen. It's one of the most delightful scents, making the cooking process even more enjoyable. Strain the custard mixture through a fine mesh sieve into a clean bowl. This step is crucial for removing any lumps or bits of cooked egg, ensuring a silky smooth texture. This step removes any lumps and ensures a smooth texture. A smooth custard is key to achieving that luxurious mouthfeel we all love. Arrange your ramekins in a baking dish. Make sure they are evenly spaced to allow for even baking. Pour the custard mixture evenly into the ramekins. Fill each one to about 3/4 full to allow room for expansion as they bake. Fill the baking dish with hot water until it reaches halfway up the sides of the ramekins. This water bath, or bain-marie, helps to regulate the temperature and ensures gentle, even cooking. This water bath helps the custards bake evenly and prevents cracking. It's a simple but effective technique used in many classic dessert recipes. Carefully place the baking dish in the preheated oven. Be cautious not to spill any water into the custards. Bake for 30 to 35 minutes or until the custards are just set but still slightly wobbly in the center. This slight wobble indicates that the custards will have a creamy, smooth texture once cooled. Once baked, remove the ramekins from the water bath and let them cool completely at room temperature. This cooling period allows the custards to set properly. Cover the cooled ramekins and refrigerate for at least 2 hours, or preferably overnight. This chilling time enhances the flavor and texture, making your custards even more delicious when served. Now for the most exciting part. This is where the magic truly happens, transforming a simple dessert into a culinary masterpiece. It's time to create that beautiful, crackly sugar crust that everyone loves. This is the signature touch that elevates your dessert. First, sprinkle a thin, even layer of granulated sugar over the top of each chilled custard. Make sure the sugar covers the entire surface for an even caramelization. Next, using a kitchen torch, carefully caramelize the sugar. This step requires patience and precision. Move the torch in a circular motion, holding it a few inches away from the sugar. This ensures that the sugar melts evenly and doesn't burn. The sugar will melt and turn a gorgeous amber color, creating a delightful contrast with the creamy custard beneath. If you don't have a torch, you can caramelize the sugar under the broiler. This method works well, but requires extra vigilance. However, watch very carefully to prevent burning. The broiler can be unpredictable, so keep a close eye on your dessert. Once the sugar is caramelized, let the crème brûlée sit for a few minutes. This resting period is crucial for the sugar to set properly. This allows the sugar to harden into a crisp crust. The final result is a perfect balance of textures, a crunchy top layer and a smooth, creamy custard underneath. And there you have it, the art of the torched crust, a simple yet elegant touch that makes your dessert unforgettable. Congratulations, you've created a truly magnificent dessert. Serve immediately and savor the delightful contrast of the crunchy, caramelized topping and the smooth, creamy custard beneath. Even experienced cooks encounter challenges when making crème brûlée. It's a delicate dessert that requires precision and care. Here are some essential tips to ensure your crème brûlée turns out perfect every time. If your custard curdles during cooking, it's likely due to overheating. This can be a common issue, but is easily avoidable with the right technique. Make sure to cook the cream over low heat and temper the eggs slowly. Gradually add the hot cream to the eggs while constantly whisking to prevent them from cooking too quickly. If curdling occurs, strain the custard through a fine mesh sieve before baking. This will help remove any lumps and ensure a smooth texture. To prevent water from seeping into the ramekins during baking, which can ruin the texture of your dessert, place the baking dish on a baking sheet before adding the hot water. This creates a barrier and helps maintain the right cooking environment. Use an oven thermometer to ensure accurate oven temperature. Oven temperatures can often be misleading, and an accurate reading is crucial for perfect results. For even cooking, rotate the baking dish halfway through the baking time. This ensures that the custard cooks uniformly and prevents any hot spots. Allow the caramelized sugar to cool and harden completely before serving. This step is crucial for achieving that signature crunchy top layer. For a crispier crust, use a thinner layer of sugar when torching. A thin layer caramelizes more evenly and gives a delightful crunch with every bite. Crème brûlée is a versatile dessert that lends itself to endless flavor combinations. Here are some ideas to spark your creativity. Add 2 ounces of finely chopped dark chocolate to the hot cream mixture. Stir until melted and smooth. Add 1 tablespoon of instant espresso powder to the hot cream mixture for a coffee-infused delight. Add the zest of 1 orange or lemon to the hot cream mixture for a refreshing citrus twist. Swirl in a spoonful of fruit preserves, such as raspberry or blackberry, before chilling for a burst of fruity flavor. This recipe is a guaranteed crowd pleaser. Share your accomplishment with friends and family. For more delicious recipes and culinary inspiration, be sure to visit the Culinary Recipe Creations channel.